first and foremost, how's everything been for you since the season has concluded?
Yeah, it's funny because the season just started again. So yeah, I mean it doesn't really stop. But you know, it was a good year. Obviously, winning twice. It's always nice to be able to win twice. But I was a little bit disappointed with how the second half of the season went. I didn't really play that well in the majors this year, and I didn't finish off the FedEx Cup playoffs the way I wanted to. So I really got to try and get with the team, reevaluate things, and see how it goes, because I got to focus on the goals at hand, and if I can do that, hopefully get an early win in this season. I'm heading across to Korea and China on Saturday, so I'll be playing there for the next 2 weeks, and then after that, hopefully, you know, get a win. But I'll take a month off after that and go to Tigers event in the Bahamas after that. So this is kind of my time off. You know, I probably get about a month and a bit off, and then it's back to full schedule again. So this is a good time to kind of relax.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Like, what do you get to do, like, in the limited amount of time that you have off? You get to spend some time with your family, go on vacation?
Yeah, so Dash just started school, so I take him to school every morning. But, you know, I'll try and get away. Just with how busy the schedule is, you're always just traveling each and every week, and it can be pretty difficult sometimes. But, you know, I'm looking forward to just taking some time off, get back in the gym, try and get some strength up. Everything, my mind is always focusing on golf. You know, even if I'm having time off, I'm always thinking about golf. So it's very hard to switch off. And I know that I've only got a certain amount of time. You know, I can play golf for a long time, but 30 to 40 is really where you got your peak and your prime. So I'm really trying to focus really hard, you know, over these next 10 years to really try and make an impact on my career, and hopefully, you know, someday get more majors and, you know, get into the Hall of Fame and all that stuff.
Yeah, so, and about the state of golf right now, there seems to be an incredibly deep field of guys right now. The talent between them is just amazing. Can you just talk about how competitive it's been?
Yeah, so it's very, competitively, it's very tough. You know, obviously, you know, when Tiger was dominating and winning, it used to be Tiger and you know, a handful of guys, and there was really, you know, a number of guys that could compete and play well. It just seems like everyone can compete and play well this you know, in this day and age. You know, with Tiger coming back and Phil playing well, the old guys are playing well, and then also you add the young guys in. It's just a good flavour of young and old with experience, and you know, the guys that are trying to win their first tournament for the first time. I know that guys from the web.com last year are finally on the PGA Tour, so there's a lot of excited faces out there, you know, from last week to this week, and I know that they're, you know, ready and raring to go to play against us. But you know, we just got to, you know, the big thing for me is I got to try and stay out in front of them, because I'm getting older, they're getting younger, you know, so I got to, you know, stay as healthy as I can, you know, stay as fast as I can, so I can try and stay ahead of them.
Yeah, so you mentioned Tiger a little bit there. I want to ask you about him and how things ended up finally culminating in a win for him in the last event there.
Yeah.
How difficult is it? I mean, I'm sure you watched him growing up, and how hard is it for you to not be captivated by what's going on?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you could probably sum it up in what happened down the 18th hole with the crowds that were walking down the fairway, watching him get number 80. That's a pretty good round number, as he texted me the other day. You know, 80 wins is obviously a phenomenal career. You know, going down as arguably one of the best players to ever live. But it just was a fitting time for him to be able to cap it off at the Tour Champs against the best players in the world, best players on that season. You know, and be able to win at Tour Champs was huge.
Yeah. And how much of that kind of motivates you? Because I don't know, who was your idol golfer when you were growing up? Was it Tiger?
Yeah, it was Tiger. Yeah, Tiger. So, I mean, it definitely motivates me, but like, you got to look at all these other guys too. And you got to look at the younger guys that have played well, like Justin Thomas and Rory McIlroy, who won, you know, just once this year. But you look at DJ, who's won 3 times, and Brooks Koepka won 2 majors. So it's just, there's a number of guys out there that are, you know, competitive and ready to you know, win as much as they can. It definitely motivates you. You have to always, like I said earlier, you have to try and stay in front and try and work as hard as you can, just so that you have the upper hand. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but you just always got to try and improve and get better each and every week.
And then you said you're going to Korea, right?
Yes.
Is there any difference playing golf in in Korea as opposed to the States?
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but it's nothing crazy. It's very. I would say the golf there is, it depends on what golf course you go to, because usually when you go to Asia, there's out of bounds either side. Mm-hmm. So at this place where we are on Jeju Island, it's not like that. It's a very American style golf course, but there's a tremendous amount of wind that comes through because we are on the southern tip island of Korea, and it's a very small island, but it's got a lot of mountains and hills there, so wind does whip through there pretty quick. And then obviously we head across to China and play there as well, but that's a very Americanized golf course as well.
Okay. And then Clay would kill me if I didn't ask you about Ohio State.
Yes.
And what you think about the Buckeyes and how they're doing so far.
Well, I think they're doing great. I think they're doing great. As long as we get that W each and every week, that's all that matters. Obviously it's nice to be able to see Urban back, coaching the team. I think the team's coming along nicely. I think when you talk to Urban, he's always wanting them faster and and all that stuff. So I think he's pleased with how things are going. And obviously he wants to squeeze every bit of talent out of these guys to squeeze that W out each and every week.
Yeah, and being that you live here, do you have a close relationship with Urban? Do you guys talk?
Yeah, we do. He's come to the charity event in Chicago with me and Michael Phelps over the last couple of years, and I've got to know Urban a lot. He's very much a schedule guy, and when I used to go out to Muirfield and practice early there, you'd see him roll into the gym really, really early. So, he's a really good friend of mine. So, I just wish nothing but the best for Ohio State and the rest of the season.
And then, do you have an expectation for where they could finish? Because right now they're ranked the number 3 team in the nation.
Yeah,
in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, obviously you want to go all the way and get in the championships, but I mean. I'm sure that's his expectation. I want them to go out there and win every game. So I think they've got the talent to be able to do that. They got the talent and they got the coaching to do that. A good buddy of mine is Brian Hartline as well, who's a receivers coach. So I think with what they've got, I think they've got enough tools to be able to compete.
You talk to Baker Mayfield at all? Are you friends with him?
Yeah, well, I shouldn't say I'm friends with Baker, but we hung out at the Justin Timberlake concert. So,
oh yeah.
I didn't want to distract him too much, but he's like a god up there. You walk around with him and everyone's screaming his name, which is crazy. So, I was excited about it yesterday. I mean, what a win overtime, but. I think everyone and the energy up in Cleveland is just massive right now, especially for Cleveland Browns. To be able to have Baker come in on that second half was huge, and the energy changed for us. When he first came in, so I think he's doing a good job. I talked to him a little bit about because I know nothing about football, but I talked to him a little bit about his training and the mental approach to the game and all that stuff. So he's legit. So I'm interested to see how the rest of the season goes.